Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Knicks in New York. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Impressive to see them on the road just step up and have that kind of offensive performance.
Here are the starters for Montreal. Gorgui Dieng is out there with Ilyasova. Then it's Green, and it's Poole in at the 2. Green against Anunoby. Here's Siakam. Boucher passes to Siakam. And the rejection by Chang. Here's Poole. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Well, the season's still in the early stages, but Brent, how long before some teams decide to shake things up?
Kevin, that can be solely based on the chemistry of the team. If you feel like a player's just in a slump and he's going to come out of it, that's one thing. But if you see the team is just not connecting at critical points throughout the game, or that chemistry is not there, you start to contemplate change.
Lowry feeling it out a bit. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Passes it to Lowry. Three-pointer.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Back to Green. This one for 3. That shot off. 3 on 3. Van Vliet wide open. And the 3 ball is good.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
And Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Chang.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And those reflexes never let Lowry down. He was primed for that shot.
Here's Anunoby. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And first time out of the game called for Montreal.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And it's a completely new group for Montreal. Here's Rondo, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, Rondo concentrating right there, focused. Even when you hit him, he can maintain that good balance.
Over to the left wing. Flynn. That 3 off the mark. Brooks dishes to Jackson. Over Trent. Here's Brissett. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Flynn. Siakam outside. Oh, that's blocked. Outside Jackson. Here's Roby. Another shot. And it's Toronto with the rebound. To the paint. And now Siakam pushing it up and no one back to stop him.
Yeah, what a display of quickness there. If you need to get out and run, Siakam's your guy.
And they pick up 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Siakam. They get the rebound. The pass to Watanabe. Banked in off the glass. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Rondo passes to Roby. 4 seconds left. From deep. That one's not going to go. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. It's the Raptors. They're up by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
On the court right now for Montreal, they've got Brooks. Jackson is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Brissett in at the power forward position. Now here's Flynn. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Floats it up there for Siakam. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Pascal Siakam. And Montreal making a change here as well. Dinwiddie is checked in for Jackson. Watanabe passes to Silva. 3 on the clock. It's blocked. And so the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last. Both teams deciding to change it up. Lowry for 3. Brooks grabs the board. And so Brooks will bring it up for Montreal. Jang with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Here's Rondo. That one doesn't go. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Outside Lowry. Lots of room. And again, no good by Toronto.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Toronto trailing. VanVleet outside. Out left to the wing. Trent gets the bucket.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Fires from deep. Boucher, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Boucher's got the lead up to 3 now for Toronto.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Toronto with the ball. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. VanVleet. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Trent from outside the arc. Rebound by Jang. Here's Poole. Second chance shot. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for Montreal.
There's so much experience behind the game of Ersan Ilyasova. That's just a smart pass.
So timeout called here. The first for Toronto. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
There's Green with the 3. Drills the 3-pointer. Green's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's his second in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game and is showing no signs of slowing down.
And here's Boucher. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Siakam. They grab their own miss. Siakam on the foul.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Well, you give Ilyasova some space out there in the mid-range, and he's going to take those chances.
VanVleet passes to Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And it's a completely new group for Montreal. You throw good, Siakam.
After a quiet first couple seasons in the league, Siakam really took off in year 3 when he helped the Raptors win their first NBA championship.
Here's Watanabe. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Flynn's got his first bucket of the night. And here's Montreal. They trail by 1.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there. Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Montreal again missing. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Raptors lead by 1. Stay with us, folks.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening period was 3 points.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One guy who's been getting it done is Danny Green.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Boucher in at the pivot, manning the middle.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Anunoby has the open look. Outside for Lowry. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Lowry's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
You know, there was a time when three-point shooting was a liability for Lowry. But the guy has put in the time, and now he is a solid option from deep. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For Toronto, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. Free throw good, VanVleet. And Toronto making a change here. Trent's checked in. And so VanVleet nails both of them.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And it's out of bounds to Montreal. They'll retain possession. And Montreal making a change here. Roby's checked in. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Buries it from 3-point range. Poole's got the game tied up here for Montreal. And it's VanVleet with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Inside, here's Boucher.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Jang finds Dinwiddie. A new 14 for Montreal. Green fires from way outside. Can't connect from long distance. Here's Boucher. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. VanVleet's got 5 assists in the game.
Always eager to shoot the 3, and on the fast break, he knows it's going to be there for him.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Toronto calls timeout. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Montreal shooting their first free throw of the night, and they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Now Flynn. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Here's Brooks. Here's Roby outside for Rondo. And another three for Montreal.
Better outside when he gets into a rhythm or when he gets his feet set. Rondo's smart at knowing when to fire.
Flynn the pass to Watanabe. They get a hand on it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. Here's Watanabe. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Brissett. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Both good from the line that time. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. To the inside, Silva, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's eye.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Although he's a bit smaller, Rondo knows he's got to outthink guys on the interior, and that time drew the contact.
And so Rondo hits both free throws. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Trent. Brooks covering. Here's Trent. 3 seconds left. The shot, no good. And so it's Montreal with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And the three. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court right now for Montreal, we've got Ilyasova. Jackson is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Dylan Brooks. And it's Brissett in at the 4. Here's Rondo. And the layup's good off the glass. Rondo's got the lead up to 8 now for Montreal.
Yeah, kind of fun to watch Rondo not have the hot hand with the pass, but with the shot.
Flynn against Rondo. Flynn kicks to Boucher. The shot's good on the assist by Flynn.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Passes to Brissett. Here's Ilyasova. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
That's a good example of the scoring mentality that Ilyasova has. When the ball comes to him, the first thing he checks is if he can get a shot up.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Montreal calls timeout. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, Montreal's head coach talked to his team during that timeout. He said, I love how we're shooting the basketball. You guys have been locked in from 3. Just keep taking makeable shots. If you don't have it, pass it to the guy who does. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Siakam deciding where to go with it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I'm just so impressed with Siakam's offensive improvement over the years. I mean, he's mastering the ability to play in attack mode.
The Raptors making a switch here. Lowry's checked in.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these. Now, lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points.
That one's good, and the Montreal lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Lowry.
A veteran guard with a knack for penetrating defenses. Lowry can pretty much get any shot he wants.
From deep, Green. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Anunoby. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Now just a 2-point Montreal lead. Here's Dinwiddie. Again, Montreal scores.
And how about the execution, really when it matters most? He knew he had the height advantage and just got the job done. No need to pass in that situation.
Lowry from outside. It's rebounded by Montreal. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. On the wing, Green. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And now a 7-point Montreal lead.
This is what Green brings to the offense, the unwavering confidence to rise up and hit threes.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 1:16 left to play here in the 4th. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Jang against Lowry.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Here's Poole. Ilyasova dishes to Jang. He feeds it to Green. Shoots over Anunoby. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Green's got the lead up to 9 now for Montreal. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. Van Vliet, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And that's just smart basketball. Lowry reading the overcommitment and just whipping the ball to the open man.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. There's 31 seconds left in the 4th quarter. A second chance effort. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
You saw by that putback there, he's just completely locked in. They're getting full contributions from him right now.
Montreal calls timeout. They're in front by 5. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. So for Montreal, and so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
.20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Lowry from outside. Rebound by Ilyasova. Dinwiddie passes to Poole. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Siakam for three. Rebound by Jang. And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. So we see Montreal get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding